Okay, so we ideated one YouTube video for one of our client, Devin Perks, and the video has a massive potential of going viral on YouTube because the way we ideated is pure based on research, and we have used the frameworks that we have used before in order to create viral videos on YouTube. Now, the interesting part is that for some reasons, Devin is not executing this video. And I thought, why waste this massive idea if I can give it away to someone else? So in this video, what I'm going to basically do, I'm going to first of all break down this video, YouTube idea, that how we execute it, what kind of alternative titles it has, what kind of packaging it has, what kind of scripting, what kind of editing we are going to use. So each and everything I'm going to break down. And not only that, I'm also going to give away each and everything, like the scripting, the title that we've come up with, the idea, the foundation, each and everything, so that if you want to execute this for your own industry, you can easily execute it. Now, before jumping in out, I have to show you that this video, the video that we ideated for Devin, is based on the structure and formula that we used for EcomKing almost a year ago. And you can see that this video that we ideated for EcomKing, which has gained 2.6 million views up till now, follows a similar formula that I'm going to show you in this video. So let's just jump into it. Okay, so this is the base of the YouTube idea, how being in depth made me richer, my story. This is also one of the alternative titles as well. And let me tell you another thing, that this was going to be the first YouTube video idea that we were planning to execute for Devin, because he didn't upload any kind of YouTube video up till now. So this was going to be the first one. And the way we executed, we had a plan that rather than talking about some information like every other creator, we were planning to execute something cinematic, talking about his story, and then quoting that story into, like, quoting his story with his information, the information from his industry. So yeah, that was our plan. And because everyone is talking about the information, and the story itself is really strong. If your story is good, and the Devin's story is really good, he had a struggling lifestyle. He had faced all the struggles in the past, the worst kind of jobs, each and everything, and then he made it through. So yeah, this was our plan. And you can see the industry is credit repairing finance. He's in credit repairing niche. The platform is going to be YouTube and replicable to any industry. So this is really interesting. Now, this idea, as I explained before, that I'm going to give this video away, right? Titles, thumbnail, each and everything, the scripting. But the thing is that the main question obviously comes to your mind is that how you're going to, modify this video idea according to your industry. For example, this is about credit repairing, right? And the script that we have written and the title that we have come up with, they are specifically designed for Devin. And if you are in some other niche, for example, real estate, maybe e-com or trading and something like that, how you're going to replicate it. So what I'm going to basically do, I have designed some prompts which you are going to use in ChatGPT, and it will modify your titles according to your industry and according to your story. So you can modify the titles, you can modify the scripts. So that's not going to be a problem. So yeah, this is the idea, and I'm going to just break down that how we actually execute this piece of content. So three pillars again, three main steps that we had to take in order to execute this idea complete. The first is idea, the base of the idea, then the packaging, and then the execution. Now, before explaining all of these stuff, we had some problems in order to come up with this idea, because the Devin wasn't available at that scale. So the only way we could have executed this piece of content was to use his old footage and the story. That's it. We couldn't ask for any talking head, any custom footage that he had to sit and record. He just sent us his drive folder, and he told us that come up with something. So again, we had to come up with something. So this is what we come up with, and you can execute it accordingly, according to your needs, according to your criteria, that whether you're available or not, you can easily alter stuff in the whole base of the idea. So yeah, the idea is personal story plus info. Again, the same stuff, the same psychological element here. Rather than talking about informative stuff in the industry, we use story as a quoting and then added info into it. So it was going to be something like the whole story that Devin went through from his past days, his struggling days, what kind of jobs he has done, what kind of failures that he has faced in his past life, and based on that story, how this industry, the industry that he is in right now, credit repairing, how this industry saved his life, right? So this was going to be something. It's not marketed, obviously. It's not salesy or something like that. It is executed perfectly well. That how his struggles resolve because he chose this industry and he worked hard. So yeah, this was going to be something like personal story plus info. Informative thing is little to minimum. right? But the story is the main element here. So yeah, this was the idea. And then the packaging, for packaging, we've used uh, two types here. The title executed on the basis of on the psychological essence here. We have tried using progressive style thumbnail, and for execution, again, blog style scripting. That's what we had in our mind, and we executed the scripting according to that. Plus voiceover, again, we didn't have that option that to ask any kind of talking head video from Devin, so we planned on going with voiceover. You can create talking head. It's all up to you if you're available or not. And the editing is going to be a cinematic style editing, because the reason that we are going with the cinematic style editing, because uh, you have seen that there are a lot of creators who are, you know, executing videos in a cinematic style, because the competition on YouTube is too high, and they are, you know, competing with almost Netflix right now. For example, this YouTube idea, you must have seen this video idea maybe some days ago. So this was the psychology that we kind of, we were inspired from. You can see that the video exceptionally performed well. It gained 954,000 views in just 1 month. And the way this guy executed this piece of content is, again, he did the same thing. So yeah, this, you can see that how this guy, he is talking about his life, and, you know, using his story as a package to talk about his business. So yeah, the editing, you can see that he didn't execute any kind of talking head here. So we had a plan that we are going to execute this piece of content like this. Obviously, we had our own style in mind, that what are the visual essence that we are going to use. And yeah, this was our plan while coming up with this idea. And here is the Notion card that we created in order to execute this piece of content. So this was the base right here. And see that this was the first title, Being in Depth Made Me Richer, my story. And you can see that there are two alternative titles. Also, you can come up with some other alternative titles as well, based on the formulas which are trending right now. But I haven't added many. So this is why Being in Depth Made Me Richer, how Being in Depth Made Me Richer, my story. This third one is a bit hooking me more than the main one. But yeah, the main essence of the title is obviously psychology. Now, as we know that Devin is in credit repairing niche, right? Now the credit repairing, it's one of the selling point, or I'd say one of the point of view from that industry, is that to use credit rather than to use cash. That's one of the point of views, and audience knows the industry based on that, a big number of audience. So rather than talking about his story, maybe, packaging one of his incident as a story, that um, uh, how I went from making $0 to $10,000, something like that, my story. I thought that I should talk about some psychological angles here. And this is what I come up with. I've dissected his industry, that how I can uh, present his industry in a better way, in a different way, which no one has ever done it on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure that no one has ever talked about a credit reporting like this, as a title, as a packaging. So I could have come up with this kind of title as well. I locked myself in a room until I made $1 million again. It's really good packaging right here. But the thing is that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to come up with some creative stuff, something that no one is using. So I've come up with this. And the main essence of this title is that Being in Depth Made Me Rich. I'm using two opposite stuff in one title, two opposite things. For example, I'm talking about Being in Depth Made Me Rich. How can someone be rich if he's in debt? That's the main question. It's opening a curiosity loop. And I'm pretty sure that if this kind of title pops in front of your homepage, or maybe some sidebar, it's a high chance that you're going to click on it just to see that what he is talking about, because this doesn't make sense. It's actually opposite. Being in Debt Made Me Richer. So yeah, this was the angle that I dissected and come up with. Rather than talking about his story in the title, I've talked about that, why his industry saved him. Being in Debt Made Me Richer. How? So yeah, this was the one of the packaging. And as for the thumbnail, you can see that this kind of thumbnail that I was planning to do. To be very honest, I haven't worked that much on thumbnail. I could have done way better, but I feel like that this was trending maybe at that time, when I come up with these thumbnails. And I didn't actually created any mood board, to be very honest, because this is a plain thing that I wanted. I wanted a progressive style thumbnail. For example, like on the left side, the first side, I want to show Davin's past, some past future when he was young or maybe in his school. And the middle I wanted to show is maybe a life where he was doing some kind of job. And the third part I want to show that he has made it. Maybe it's some of his luxury style, uh, picture or something like that. So yeah, this was the progressive style thumbnail that I wanted to come up with. And on the copy side, I could have written something which would go with my title here, and it could be anything. Uh, by staying in debt, or uh, I'm still in debt, right? So something like that. Yeah, but I haven't worked very much on the thumbnail execution. I was working, but again, we had a plan that we are not executing this video idea, so I've kind of stopped. But still, if you feel like that I should explain the thumbnail more, I can execute it and I will send it to you guys. So yeah, this was the title. This was the thumbnail packaging that I've come up with. So yeah, this was the first. This was the second step that we took in order to execute that piece of content. Now the third one is execution. Now this includes obviously the scripting, the voiceover, and the cinematic style editing, the editing that we planned on executing. I'm going to explain scripting here, that how we did scripting, and I don't think I need to explain voiceover because it's your decision that if you want to go with the talking head or maybe some custom kind of footage, then you can do that. We only had a plan to use his voiceover, so that's what we were going for. And as for the visuals, we had his drive footage where he uploaded his past clips, the videos, some videos, some old images or something like that. So yeah, based on that, we were planning on using the voiceover. As for the cinematic style editing, the editing style we were planning on was cinematic style. Maybe create some kind of a contrast style editing. Use, I'd say, that his own style to create his own style. Maybe like for example, this guy right here, he has that dark and yellowish kind of essence in this video. As for uh, Daniel Dallin, he got that orange stuff right here. For example, if you look at this guy's video, he also has that some kind of his own editing style. So this is what we had planned, and I'm gonna just walk you through, guys, the scripting part here. First of all, let me explain you that how I conveyed my writer that what kind of scripting I needed. So these are the pointers that you can go through. That I want you to write a script for Devin's student building his business. We will be using his pre-recorded footage further from the drive and make sure to structure accordingly. Add emotions to the script, words like bold and explanation marks, because it will be added to 11 labs AI to generate was. Again, we had a plan that we were going to use 11 labs. I'm not saying that it's a spot on, but the plan was to send him the first draft so that he understand that we need his input on the work. And based on the kind of idea that we executed for him without his involvement, as he mentioned, maybe we could change his perspective of jumping into the content himself. So yeah, I want you to give this video a start as a hook line, something psychology good and engaging. Maybe like, now, to be very honest, I haven't given so much to the editor, so the writer here, but still, she executed to the perfect. The essence that I wanted, I just explained it. I'd say that maybe I've explained like 20-30% here, that what I actually am looking, and she picked on it so fast. For example, I've just talked about here that engaging, maybe like, this is me, Devin, this is the kind of style that I want. These now, what I have in my mind while writing this line was Instagram reels, that we have seen a lot of reels popping in front of us. This guy made this amount, this guy made this amount, overly edited videos, but those are performing really well. So yeah, based on that, I had in mind that I'm going to start with the vlog style content, maybe show Devin's old footage and paper cut style, and comment section kind of maybe a bubble on top of him talking about, this is me, Devin, I'm under debt of excess amount, something like that, but I'm rich. The hook, the intro, which go with our title and thumbnail both. So yeah, this was my line that I wanted to execute it accordingly. The script here is too crucial. I want you to create a challenge or open a curiosity loop in every part and then satisfy the audience, but with another build up for the challenge. Now here's I've written. This was the outline that I've written for a writer, that this is what I'm looking at now. Because the story was the main thing here, right? And I've gone through his information here from his story, that he cannot assign any kind of room to us because we don't have time talking about his story, that what kind of struggles he went through. So we took the transcript out from this blog, this podcast right here, and fed it to ChatGPT, and it gave us all the pointers that we needed in order to execute the script, the main story element. So based on that, I've come up with this segment 1, segment 2, the sales hustle, the dropout decision, right? This all the story, it's executed is based on the story of based on the real story of Devin Perks. So yeah, you can see that I've talked about the challenge. I've talked about the visuals. What was the win? Because I wanted each and every segment, each and every chapter of this video to be executed in a way that it sort of start with a challenge and then end with a win. But after win, it build up some kind of curiosity for the next challenge, for the next segment or the next chapter, so that I can hook the audience throughout the video. That was my plan, right? While executing this video. Now, I've given all the instructions to our writer here, and she executed this perfect piece of content here. How being in depth helped me get richer. My story. Now, this is after this is finalized after some revisions, but she was on spot from the first drop. You can see that how it's starting. You make sure that you have title and the thumbnail in mind. Hi, this is me, Devin. I just turned 27 and I've been in debt most of my life. In fact, I still am. And it's the best thing that has ever happened to me. Now you can see that the curiosity loop is opening. First, I made audience click my title, right? The kind of title that I have, how being in debt helped me get richer. And you know that it's creating that kind of curiosity. The audience clicks on the video. The thumbnail is creating sort of a curiosity that, yeah, he's talking, like he is showing his progress in the thumbnail. So, and in the intro, you can see that I'm still talking about, and it's the best thing that has happened to me. So audience is still on point that, yeah, he might be onto something. So I wasn't born into wealth. And yeah, I started talking about his story, and you can see the chapter 1, the dropout, chapter 2, the sales of each and every step. You can see that. And after end of each chapter, it's creating some kind of a build up or opening a curiosity loop for the second chapter. You can see clearly here, right? That one sentence stuck with me. It didn't make sense. How could using credit be free? Again, right? Chapter 3, the big discovery. Audience wanted to know that how, right? So yeah, chapter 4, and it goes on the finale. So this was the script that we've written for this idea right here. And the variants were really good. So yeah, this was the second step that we took in order to execute. So even if you are writing your own script, just make sure that the script has that good retention overall for your own content. Just make sure that it has all the psychological hooks, not just in at the start of the video, but throughout the video. Because the main retention comes in the middle of the video. Because if audience is dropping from your video again, it's going to impact really bad. So yeah, this was the execution. The log side scripting and the voiceover. I don't think I need to explain the voiceover. It's all up to you. As for the cinematic side, I think, yeah, I've explained that this is the style. This is the kind of style that we were planning to go. And maybe next 1 year, you will see these kind of content pop more and more in front of you. And you can see that Daniel here, he has his own video editing style. So yeah, this was our plan. And based on that plan, we executed this piece of content right here. So these were 3 steps that we took. The first, that idea, personal story plus info. The packaging is psychological title and the progressive style thumbnail, and then the execution, log style scripting plus voiceover / talking head plus cinematic style editing. So yeah, this was our plan. And now as for the giveaway, now idea is how being in debt made me richer. Modification doc. Now this is a doc that I've created for you guys, so that you can modify the title and modify the script. Right? Here's a doc. I'm going to just give this to you guys. The original title is, you can see this is the original title. This is the title modification prompt. You have to add your own negative term here, or your own positive term here. It will be same as it is. I've added some example as well, so that ChatGPT will understand that what kind of ideas we are talking about here. So this is the title modification prompt. This is what you just copy paste it, and you can start using it. Just make sure that fill these blanks according to your niche. As for the script, this is the script modification prompt. It's a bit long. It's actually very long. And this is the whole script that I've just shown you. This is the script, right? I've added this doc here. And you can see that modify the script based on the structure and style of the following script. Add this script right here, insert the script here, as I mentioned. And this is the whole story. Make sure to fill all these blanks, because the scripting is a bit hectic part here. Also, I took a lot of time in order to come up with this prompt. And if you answer all the questions, if you fill all the blanks here, it will generate a story, it will generate a script based on your story. Because right now the script has Devin's story in it, right? It has uh, not just a story, but also the information that we are talking about is based on his industry, which is credit repairing. So if you are from ecom, if you are from trading industry, just make sure that add that information according to that. You can see that insert field here. You can see the blanks here. As for the story, make sure that answer all these questions. For example, describe the initial storage challenge you faced in your niche. Why was it a big problem? What did you try that didn't work? If you answer all of these questions, it will just uh, modify the script according to your story and the information of your industry. So yeah, these are two prompts. I'm not pretty sure on the scripting prompt, to be very honest, because I haven't double checked it. But title modification prompt is probably going to work. But if it didn't work, just let me know that, so that I can execute it accordingly, or maybe change some stuff. So yeah, this is what we come up with for Devin Perks. And just comment idea, and I will send you this whole prompt.